Hello, this is Paul from Senior to Scratch. Thanks for joining me today. I've just played my first round in the Country Hills Club Championship. This is my second competitive tournament ever and the first in over 10 years. So I thought I would document what was happening both with my golf game and more importantly, my mental game throughout a couple of key moments in the round. Unfortunately, with the early tee time, my lower back was kind of bothering me, so it did limit my swing and prevented me being a little bit more aggressive through the ball. But with that being said, to keep me honest, I'm bringing in my caddy to field a few questions. He is on the local University of Calgary Dinos golf team, so he knows a bit about how to play the game. He also happens to be my son, a more handsome, physically fit, and younger version of me, but I have to say that I work much harder on the golf than he does. So welcome Dylan to the program. First, thanks for the haircut recommendation.
Oh
For those
yeah, no
watching
worries.
on YouTube,
Looks
drop a
great.
comment because I'm not convinced this is a good look for a 50 something, but hey, apparently it looks fresh. So anyways, so Dylan, as we were talking during the long walk between the nines, I was saying I didn't feel nervous at the first tee box. I would say I was anxious and excited, but not fearful. This is historically my most difficult hole on the ridge course that I don't play that much. It's a long uphill dogleg left with tight tree line fairway. In casual rounds, I generally hit a driver and maybe be in the trees or have some obstructed approach shot, probably two-thirds of the time. And the last time you and me played this course was the last time that I played it. I think it looked like I took a chainsaw to the top of the tree 50 yards ahead of us on the left side. And it basically knocked that big branch down and the tree and the ball just dropped right to the base of the tree, right behind the red tees. And I think I got a triple bogey on that hole. So going into this club championship, the game plan was to hit the hybrid right of the tree line. And I hit a pretty good shot. I got it on the fairway to 145 from the front pin. So I was relieved. I picked a club, thought I hit a nice shot. I don't think I factored in the wind or the early morning air. Ended up about 10 yards short of the green, and it was a tight uphill lie. The pin was 7 yards on. I hit that release one chip that I had presented on my Dan Grieve video on YouTube. It landed on the green, but it rolled out about 9 feet, and I missed that putt coming back. So that wasn't the best start, but I suppose it's a better than a seven. So one thing that wasn't clear to me from the practice greens were that these greens are absolutely blazing fast. My uphill chip rate raced past the hole. I think the freshly rolled greens were probably around 12 or 13 on the stimp, which is probably PGA Tour fast. Also, when I looked at the pin sheet, almost all of the pins were within 9 yards of an edge of the green. So these are positions I haven't seen before. My playing competitor birdied, so I was already two shots behind someone. I didn't really give that a second thought, other than that one observation. And then on the next hole, I hit a poor drive into the trees, got out into the deep greenside bunker, got out, and then three putted. Uh, my first putt just wouldn't stop because of the speed of the greens, and so I got a big fat double bogey six plus three out of the gates, and my playing partner was at -1. So I'm thinking I'm fourth strokes back after two holes. But given all the training on mindfulness and being present, I acknowledged the thought and then moved on because I can't change what happened on these two holes. At least that's what I think I was feeling at that time. I gave myself a mental score of 2 out of 6 strokes on that second hole, meaning I was only truly focused on two shots, the bunker, the first putt. So, Dylan, what were your observations of my behavior, my attitude, and stuff like that after that second hole?
Yeah, I mean, after the rough start, I thought your demeanor was pretty impressive. Obviously, a little frustrated right after the three putt. I remember you telling me like, "Oh, that sucked. That was a bad three putt," but we kept walking on the next hole. We had a good chat, and then we knew we had a scoreable par five as the next hole.
Yeah, thanks for that assessment. So after that hole, I didn't have any more doubles or worse, so that was good. I hit 8 of the remaining 11 fairways, and I even had a couple of birdies on the front. I played the par threes well in terms of strategy. I used Decade to give me aiming points away from the trouble, although I three jacked 2 of them. The worst one was that yippee putt on the 14th where I smashed a 10 feet past and on a 24-foot putt, and so I had a bogey there. I had a bad bogey on a par five where we use a good strategy to hit a 3 wood off the tee. Our playing competitor actually hit it on his second shot into this rough that he couldn't find the ball, so we intentionally hit short of that with the 3 wood. And then I hit another 3 wood, which should have gone to the front of the green, but I ended up pushing it a bit and it ended up right at the base of the tree. So I took my medicine and ended up getting a bogey. The sad thing is that my provisional second shot ended up on the front of the green. So, well, that's golf, right? Uh, so after the round is done, I just barely broke 80, shooting 79. I'm tied for third with 2 rounds to go, one left at each course. First place shot 76. So even though I was 4 shots back after 2 holes, that was a distant memory by the end of the round. That knockdown 8 iron that we dreamed up on the last hole was pretty cool to that extreme back flag position. I just wish I made that 10 footer for birdie. So when I look at my decade stats for this round relative to the PGA Tour, it's really a microcosm of the whole season. The putting stats show that I lost 4 strokes on the greens. Now, although I missed a lot of par putts on the edge, you help me read the putts, sometimes they just don't fall. I did get a new off-the-shelf putter after discovering the adjustable shaft on my ping broke and was causing the grip to twist off center. So with all those excuses in place, Dylan, how would you assess the putting in general?
Yeah, I mean, from practicing on the greens this morning, we definitely knew that it was going to be fast. It's going to be a lot about leg putting, and I thought you did a decent job. I'd say 2 holes kind of got away with you on those first putts, leaving you with 3 putts. But other than that, you had a lot of good 2 putts, a couple good up and downs as well. So I'd say maybe 7 out of 10 putting wise on the round.
Well, that's good. I'll take that. Okay, and so then if I go into the other strokes gained stats, all the work that I've been doing around the greens using Dan Greaves' method, check out my YouTube channel for some cool videos there. But I only lost 1.5 strokes around the green, and my long game continued to be solid, where I lost about 1.5 strokes there. So besides the putting, I'm definitely struggling with my approach irons. I lost over 3 strokes there. I think my back is partially part of the issue. It's a lot harder to drive down into those iron shots than it is to hit driver. So if I'm feeling okay, I think I can improve on this. If it's sore, I might have to bring in some more of those knockdown shots like the last hole. So, Dylan, do you have any final assessments of the first round, what you saw of me mentally, and how we should go into the next round tomorrow?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, after the tough start, 79 is still very solid score. Definitely have a chance to go win this thing in a couple days. So, yeah, just really looking forward to tomorrow. New course, kind of lots of momentum going into tomorrow after you had a strong finish to that first round.
Okay, good. Well, we'll be back here again tomorrow, everyone. Just stay tuned for the second part of this interview.